Welcome to the amazing world.
Today, let's learn about the developments in Russia after the February Revolution of 1917, which led to the background for the Second Revolution in the same year. We know that after the February Revolution, a provincial government was formed. But who formed this government? It consisted of the liberals, the socialists, the army officials, landowners, and industrialists. So again, you see, it was the cream of society that formed the government and elected a government. But what changes did they bring was that they removed restrictions, especially on public meetings and associations. And as a result, we see that a large number of Soviets are formed everywhere in Russia. Though they might not be as organized as the Petrograd Soviets, but the Soviets were being created all over Russia after the February Revolution of 1917. What was the other development that took place in Russia after the February Revolution was that in April 1917 we see the return of Vladimir Lenin. He returned back saying, "It's time for Soviets to take over power," and he brought with him the April Thesis. What was this April thesis that he presented to the Bolsheviks during this time, or to the people of Russia during this time, was that they had three demands. They were that war to be brought to a close, land to be transferred to peasants, and last, banks to be nationalized. This was his April thesis that he put forward to the people of Russia and the Bolshevik Party. Lenin's return was seen as a game changer in Russia. He brought with him the April thesis with three demands: the closure of war, the land to be transferred to peasants, and banks to be nationalized. Along with that, he also asked the Bolshevik Party to be renamed as the Communist Party, as he brought in the ideas of Karl Marx, the radical ideas of Karl Marx. Initially, the members of the Bolshevik Party did not want to rename the party, nor they felt it was the right time for the socialist revolution in Russia, and wanted to continue their support for the provincial government. But as time passed, developments subsequently changed their attitudes, and soon we see that the Bolshevik members rallied round Vladimir Lenin. Let us summarize what happened after the February Revolution. The liberals, the socialists, along with the army officials, landlords, and industrialists in the provincial government worked towards an elected government. They removed restrictions on public meetings and associations. Soviets formed everywhere in Russia. In April 1917, Vladimir Lenin returned to Russia from his exile and presented the April thesis that contained three demands: the closure of war, the transfer of land to peasants, and the nationalization of banks. the Bolshevik Party to be renamed the Communist Party. The Bolshevik Party members initially thought that it was not the right time for the socialist revolution and wanted to continue their support for the provincial government. But developments subsequently changed their attitudes and soon they rallied round Vladimir Lenin. Thank you and see you in the next